We're so back. Welcome back to
We're
another
back.
episode of Wheel to Wheel. Summer break is over. There was no prediction because, here's the thing: Labor Day weekend was upon us, and honestly, we both
Yeah.
were. We almost got blindsided by the race. It was a very casual moment where we both were like, "Oh yeah, shit! It's race week, 5 days away, and we're back to the season."
Yep.
And I watched the race like basically live. I was 5 minutes behind. I think you were about 5 minutes behind me.
Yeah.
One of the best races of the entire season. And I feel like
Yeah.
we've said that a lot, but it was a great race, I thought.
Was they made a good point, the announcers, halfway through. They're like, this has been, I think they said this has been entertaining. And what they phrased it perfectly. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like action packed enough to where there wasn't a ton of overtaking going on, but there was enough chaos, if you will, with,
Yeah.
start from the beginning. There was a lot going on the whole race. You had both Ferraris crash. You had the Ferrari Mercedes battle in general. I thought was awesome. Like
It,
they're starting to get chippy for that spot in the
yeah.
constructors. Um, but yeah, it was entertaining. It was great at a fantastic track. Which next year that race will be better because the cars are getting too wide for that track.
Yep. And I saw some testing already coming in about the new cars being faster at a top speed and having
Mm-hmm.
better acceleration and whatnot. So that's got
Yeah.
me excited. I remember hearing a bunch of rumors that, oh, these cars are going to be slower. It's going to be
Oh yeah.
worse. And I was like, great, this is going to be fun. But now I'm excited for it. I'm with you. The beginning was crazy. I'm usually watching from the midfield. So, we had, I think, what was it? Carlos had like qualified like sixth, I want to say.
Yeah, six or
No,
seven.
not yeah, sixth or seven, maybe an eighth, but he had qualified pretty high up, and I was feeling pretty good. And then Albon was P15, so I was like, okay, he's likely out of the points for this race. Albon jumped like I think 4 or 5 people on the start, and then Carlos
Yeah, get a
dropped.
cracker of a start.
Yeah, and then Carlos dropped like 2 places, so they were already basically in line from the start of the race. So for
Yeah.
me, that immediately hooked me in more already. I, of course, would watch the entire thing because we have to talk about it and I have to know what's going on to the best of
Hmm.
my ability. But that was great for me as like a viewer and a Williams fan. It's just immediately in the mix there. So that was exciting. But yeah, dude, both Ferraris being out was not what I had expected.
Yeah.
Uh,
It looked like it was going to be just, kind of how they have been all year, just a solid points finish, nothing crazy. Nobody's getting wowed. They qualified kind of in the middle, and they were going to finish right there in the middle. Um, well, the middle of the points, that is. But I don't know. The Charles thing, you almost like saw that coming though. He got so aggressive with the overtake on George. Yeah, he just had his elbows out. He was pissed when Lewis crashed. So you kind of read between the lines there. He was going to get aggressive. Unfortunately, that didn't go his way. Kimmy came out of the pits, and I don't. I thought he had more temp in his tires than he did. I guess because a little bit of oversteer and off went Charles. But um, yeah,
that was that. And then we had the moment of Leclerc sitting in the on the hill being as I don't know what smoldery as possible, just on viewing the race from his position, just looking like, wow, this sucks ass. I can't believe I'm still in this car. I can't believe we're still doing this week after week. But
yeah, yeah. The Lewis crash, you don't really have anything on. He was complaining about his tires. He passed the pit lane. They didn't tell him to come in. He goes a little deep, gets on the paint, slides off. That's literally what happens. It was sprinkling a little bit. Um, I wish it would have rained enough to where we saw some wet tires or some inters, but that would just would have thrown a wrench in it and been cool. But yeah, bad break for him. I don't think you. Of course he's just in shambles mentally, but I hope that Monza turns him around.
yeah, I don't know. I think the thing that's bailing them out too, because you were talking about the battle for the team constructors for second place. The thing that's bailing them out is that
Mhm.
Kimmy is just super inconsistent still.
Yeah,
Kimmy didn't even finish within the points, I don't believe. Or no, he did. I'm totally
He
pulling it out
he
of my
did
butt.
get
Yeah,
points.
he got sixth place, but it's one of those things where like he's not necessarily blowing people away, and then he also was on a stretch of not even scoring points. So I don't know. George Russell once again stays extremely consistent.
Wait, hold on. Kimmy
He was sixth.
16th. I thought he finished in there.
This was the
Did
Dutch Grand Prix, correct?
am I looking at the wrong thing
I
here?
think you might be. I got Kimi Antonelli at sixth, which I remember because I
Yeah,
remember.
Netherlands, dude. I'm sure the F1 app is showing 16th.
Oh,
Did he get a penalty? I'm not gonna lie. The Ferraris crashed, and I like had to like go rage outside my room for a second and breathe, and then I came
let's
back.
see. Let's see. The F1 app says this is interesting because I was looking at the Google view. Dutch Grand Prix.
Phone would be bugging. That's the other
You were
thing.
correct. Kimi Antonelli got 16th. Why the heck does it? Was it a post race penalty? This is live. This is live occurrence.
Live chaos here.
Um,
Regardless, he didn't really drive poorly. He made a mistake, which I'm sure he probably got a penalty
oh,
for the
duh! I'm an
thing.
idiot. Yeah. He crashed into Charles. I totally forgot that he got a 10-second grid penalty. So as soon as he finished, it dropped him down. I literally watched it happen and was like, oh, duh. Um, yeah. So that's what happened there. I think the biggest headline out of the entire weekend is obviously Isaac Hadjar got a podium.
Seriously, good for him, dude. What a great thing. Like his season has been movie worthy.
Yeah, it has.
Like do a documentary on the guy. First race, crying, crashed on that freaking outlap, and now dude has a podium. He's been a point scorer, not consistently, but enough all year to make a case of he's having a really good rookie season.
I mean, he podiumed in the Racing Bowl, and the only other rookie to podium is Kimi, obviously, and he was in the Mercedes. And it's just a very, very different level of car right there to just kind of show. And I
Yeah,
think Isaac's impressed a lot of people. He was like the rookie I had under the radar that I just didn't even give a whip. Like, I didn't care about him at all. I didn't think he was going to be relevant.
right.
And he's been the
Yeah,
most relevant. But has he become so relevant that he has basically shot himself into the second seat of the Red Bull? I
yeah.
don't think this year. I think next year potentially. And by potentially, most likely. I mean, you have him podiuming in the V carb. They have to pull him up.
They should, but they got to figure that car out. I mean, you can't. He laid the law down too, basically saying like, I don't want to go up yet. I mean,
No.
like you don't. Why take something that's remotely okay that you're used to that you're obviously figuring out, and then let's just switch it up?
Yeah,
It's uh, it's rough.
I don't know, but I did think it was very funny. Him and Max were in a Did you see them in their interview after
The
the race?
presser, yeah,
Yeah, that was very, very funny. Where it's like,
yeah,
Max, with Isaac's performance, could you see him in the car? And he's like, mm, no, I don't like him. I think it was like, oh no, could you see you guys being good teammates? And he was like, oh no, I don't.
no.
He's like, I don't like Isaac, and it was like, and then
Then
Isaac's
they
like,
asked Isaac, and he's like, yeah, I don't like Max.
he's like, I'd be happy in a car anywhere, but besides Max, I don't like Max. And it's like, all right, nice. They got it. So
Well played.
we'll
I'll
see
tell
where
you
that.
a sleeper pick that I feel good for. Yuki, ninth place, got a couple points. Maybe put your feet on the ground and start running, kid. Who knows?
We can
He did
only
have
hope.
two Ferraris that were in the points go out, so really he was 11th, but I digress.
Ollie had a really good race too. He finished sixth with the penalty
Yep.
on Kimmy, and
With
then
me.
dude, Lance Stroll crashes in which practice? Practice three, and then also starts from
Yeah.
the pit lane from quali, and then he ends the race in seventh.
Yep.
I don't
Don't
get it.
know. The kid, that dude's squeezing points out this year.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
how he's doing it.
Like he is still ahead of Fernando
Yeah,
in drivers championship.
yeah. I don't know how he keeps doing it. Dude, Russell steady per usual. I mean,
Always.
obviously, all of these places or up a place because Lando had a power unit issue
Mm-hmm.
and the car blew
3
up.
places.
Yeah.
2
So
Ferraris go out. Lando blows up. Kimmy gets a penalty. So
true.
if you finish 7 or down, boy, did you get lucky.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, it's crazy because now the gap, I think what it's they were saying it's 36 now.
Between what?
Oscar and Lando. The gap is now 36 because of the engine failure, where it
Yeah.
was 9 going into that race. So, I mean, now it's, I mean, the race with George and Verstappen still very, very close. And then Charles and Lewis's gap is about 40, basically,
Yep.
or just under 40. And then now we're looking at Alex Albon tied with Kimi, 8-7.
Mm-hmm.
And Albon,
64.
of course, with a crazy race, he started P15 on the grid and he ended up finishing the race fifth.
Yeah.
I don't know. I glaze him all day. He's really just had such a good season. And then, dude, Carlos is getting so unlucky. After the race, you see the interview, he was like, FIA says the doors are always open for discussion because he got penalized. I think it was like, what, 20 seconds?
It was a 10-second penalty for Liam Lawson running into him.
Yeah, yeah. And then it's always Lawson, too. So
It is always Lawson.
he,
Carlos's hot mic was great. This effing guy, he's so stupid.
yeah, and it's always him and Lawson getting in scraps.
Always
So,
him.
yeah, I don't know. It sucks because I know how good Carlos can be. We see him in qualifying every once in a while, and then it just
Mm-hmm.
seems to be the race. Something bad happens to him every single time. I mean, he dropped like 3 or 4 places immediately
Right.
off the start,
Yeah.
and then he had to deal with Lawson basically tailing him, or not
Yeah.
tailing him, sideswiping him in the race. So it's got to be a tough spot to be in for him. But dude, I just want him to lock in. He doesn't even need to lock in. I mean, we're sitting at 80. We're 20, 18 points.
That puts you back comfortably ahead.
Yes.
Like
My
it was getting like, whoa, is Racing Bulls or Aston Martin going to catch up to Williams? And then this weekend happens. Albon scores. I mean, Racing Bulls, I guess, wasn't really in it. They just kind of got in it with Aston Martin.
Yeah, they just got to it. Now they're 2 points away from Aston Martin because obviously third place is a lot of points, as we
Yeah.
saw with Kick Sauber as well. Alpine still sucks ass. There's nothing to
Yeah.
report on that, dude. Gasly tried to drag that car to the points and just couldn't do it. I think he
Couldn't
had
do
like
it.
his tire age was like 40 plus laps on a hard set of tires, and that
Yeah.
was the only way he was able to even be in the contention for points, which
Right.
is just it just sucks, man. I was literally thinking I was the during the race I was like, is there any way for Gasly to get out of that car? And then
I don't.
in my head I was like, I think the only way he could get out of the car is if Lance were to actually leave Aston, they would have an opening. But I just don't think they would go for Pierre Gasly. That just doesn't. There's zero connection to that. There's zero relationship. There's zero anything. Like there's just no way for Gasly to get out of that seat unless it were to be like a fluke situation where like Red Bull reached out to him to be
He would go
respectful too.
somewhere else. It would be like it would be a weird situation. You'd have to have George Russell go somewhere, somebody else go somewhere else. They fill in with somebody, and then they're like, "Oh crap! Wait, there's an empty Mercedes seat and an empty McLaren seat, and Pierre's 40 years old. Let's try him."
It's kind of like what happened with Carlos and the Ferrari almost, where it's like
Yeah,
there's a seat available. Who are we gonna go for? And they're like, well, I guess Carlos is out of his seat at McLaren, so why not him? And it was just kind of like, all
yeah,
right, see ya. Yeah.
yep,
Speaking of seats, if we move on from this race, Cadillac announced their seats over summer
yeah,
break, and it was exactly what we all expected and exactly what we were all hoping for.
yes,
Checo Perez, Sergio, and Valtteri Bottas are the faces and the drivers for Cadillac.
yeah,
Should be awesome. I love that pick. I don't think there was any need for them to go with a rookie if they're trying to be a new team on the grid. You want like the least amount of crashes. You want the most amount of consistency. You want guys that know how to be or know what it's like to be on a winning team and guys that actually understand the concept of the car. Well, actually, it's going to be a new car, so I don't know. But they'll be probably in like I don't know, the garage
it's
helping them even
more.
build it.
Yeah. It's more the processes. You've got guys that have been around the sport for a long time, both of them, like really long time.
Mm-hmm.
They've won, they've lost, they've done it all. I mean, Valtteri went from Mercedes to Alpha, right? And that was crap. Checo, eventually started sucking at Red Bull because that car started going downhill. So it's more like I think the process is how the garage works, what the interaction looks like between drivers, engineers, even down to the guys running the jacks, right? It's a full circle. It's like a living organism. It's got to talk and it's got to work for it to flow.
Yeah, I mean, I will say for like fandom wise, they picked the two
Oh
best
yeah,
drivers. Besides,
that's just a bonus in my eyes is that they are a lot of people love both of them.
I think the only way they could have had like more fans come over is if Checo was replaced by Daniel, but that's for pure festivity because in reality, Checo probably brings. I don't know if Checo brings more people than Daniel, but Checo brings all of Latin America. So,
Right.
I mean, that's just such a big pull, like money and popularity wise. So, I mean, I am so excited to see what they do. My expectations were so low, but now that those guys are in the car, I'm like, what if there's a chance that car is just somehow fast? Which
Dude, think about how much money is behind that with
I
the
know.
the Checo sponsor with GM. Like, they're going to have pretty darn deep pockets. They should be able to develop a car coming into a new season with all new regulations. It's not like they're coming in midway through when
Yeah.
other teams have this thing figured out. They're on V3 of the current car. This is V1 right
Yeah.
out of the bat, like they did when these cars came in and they were all porpoising. If you remember that, they were
Yeah, I
all
do.
bouncing crazy. Like, hopefully, the best thing we could see is if there's a common problem, a common denominator in all of the teams next year in the first two races, as long as they're having that same problem and or kicking everybody's ass in the beginning, they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, it would be cool. I mean, and then at the end of the day, if like the gap between cars, say like how the gap is right now with the midfield, if that was the entire grid, and you
Hmm.
get two drivers like that to basically where it's like F2 and they're all racing the same car, or say the disparagement's really not that drastic, which would be
Yeah,
cool. I don't see that happening, but just painting the analogy of you have two veterans that will be able to outrace a lot of guys on the track if it was even
certainly.
playing field. So,
Yeah, it's racecraft, dude. Like, it's the experience, truly.
and
They know they've got moves that other guys haven't pulled off yet or may not even know, right? Like,
yeah,
and I think a lot of that is learning those moves and learning how to race in a really good car, which both of them have had the chance to. And taking that to a not so good car, I think can help you squeeze out a little bit extra. I mean, look at Nico this year. Like, he's
and
been around the
Bortoletto
sport
even.
forever. He's finally in a somewhat okay car on certain tracks, and he's performed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very very excited. I think people just I think it's kind of fun because the biggest moments I think of Checo's success are usually like crazy races where he's just like the
Yeah,
20th place to first
and he
place in Force India.
or like 20th to the podium. I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like Homie's done that multiple
Yeah,
times.
so it's like just somehow just racing like crazy and then I think the favorite thing about Valtteri is just not realizing how many records he has on almost every track for
Hmm.
fastest lap. Like
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
just a demon. Like nobody knows. He just sits there quietly, sips espresso, puts on the helmet with his mustache and mullet, and just flies around the track.
Flameless. Yeah,
So it's a cool little 1-2 combo, and I just hope we can see both of them strive and thrive. And if they're in the building process, hopefully their sides of the garage build the car exactly how they want it to be,
now they want it.
and they're
Yeah.
gonna know how they want it. So that'll be cool. But
I also think it'll be cool too on that aspect, what you just said, build the car how they want it. I guess Valtteri got you know, the I'm looking for a word. He was the main driver at Alfa Romeo and at
driver one,
right? Yeah, primary driver. That's what I was thinking of. And now you have really the majority of his career and the majority of Checo's career both being the secondary driver, not getting the preferential treatment. These guys know how to be a damn good teammate.
yes, that's super
And
true.
imagine putting them together. Surely, I mean, egos are going to get in the way at some point with these guys because they're all egotistical. They all have big personalities, whether it looks like it or not. The whole thing is about them all the time.
Yeah.
So, but put two player B guys together, two really good player B guys together. I think that will spark some crazy good chemistry.
Yeah, and I think it could be similar to kind of how I see Williams at the moment, where at the end of the day they are competing with each other, but it's it's a project for the team of all things. This is a brand new team. The project is to get the team good right now. And like, hey,
Right.
we're just happy we have seats because we didn't have seats.
Yeah,
So the better the team does, the longer we're here. Obviously, there's going to be the survival of themselves if one guy's
sure.
falling off and the other guy's excelling. But it's going to be fun. I think they're going to be a great dynamic, and it's just going to be refreshing and very cool to see 22 teams on the track, which will be pretty
22
interesting.
cars.
22 little cars.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
22 teams would be crazy. 44
Oh,
cars.
I said teams. I just noticed that. Thanks. 22 drivers. But yeah, damn. All right. Well, I think we can transition to predictions for next weekend if you'd like to.
Yeah, let's wrap it.
All right. Next weekend, it's the Italian Grand Prix Grand. You love Italy.
Oh man,
How are
my home.
you feeling about this race? How do you like the
Um,
track? How do you like the track for certain cars? What drivers tend to be better on the track? Give me the rundown.
Full breakdown here. I'm excited for Ferrari because I think Lando's going to win, but I'm excited for the Ferraris because they are. You guarantee, you bet your bottom dollar, they're both getting a brand new engine for this race.
Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind. They have to perform here because it's cutthroat with the Tifosi. So they have to race. They've got to score points. They need the best finish out of Lewis all year. I want him on the podium here so bad, but hard to say. We'll get into predictions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Track layout, I mean, they call it this temple of speed for a reason. They haul ass around this track, which is awesome. High speed turns, long straights, tons of overtaking. Um, two DRS zones, maybe three. I think. I think it is three. I don't know. Doesn't matter. They'll be good. I mean, you have what the last turn, the parabolica, I think they call it. Just a big sweeper onto the big long straight into a heavy braking zone for a little like hairpin chicane right there for turns 1 and 2. It's always competitive racing here. If you don't have straight line speed, you're in trouble. But most of the cars this year seem to be able to keep up in a straight line. Yeah, the atmosphere is the best. They pull for the guys in red. And yeah, it's going to be great.
All right. I usually like those just so I can get an understanding of what the track's like because I don't know the tracks off the top of my head because I'm way more casual than you are. But that allows me to kind of get my predictions better. You already kind of started with this. You think Lando Norris is having a redemption arc here and is getting first place and winning the Italian Grand Prix.
Yep.
Okay. Who do you have in second place?
I mean, I think Oscar is P2, and then I don't want to be let down. Like, I really think George is due, but give me Charles just because of
Okay.
just because.
Just because
And
you
then
want it.
yeah, and then
Hold on. I got to do my top three, bro. Don't get too carried away yet. We'll round out. You can finish about rounding it out first. I'm always going Oscar first. And I also think now that the point gap is 36, he will be favored as driver number one.
I think it fully depends on quality for
What
them.
does it even actually? Now that I say that, does it even freaking matter? They're so ahead in the constructors. Whatever. I think Oscar wins. That's just what my gut is telling me.
Yeah.
I do think Lando bounces back and Lando probably gets P2. I kind of want to say something else, but already for the second half of the season, I'm down 5-0. So I'm going to play it smart. If I get the win with that, I'm going to go Lando second, and I'm going to go Max third. Max has been looking fast.
Yeah.
So let's do Max third. The thing is, putting Max behind Lando always feels wrong for me because by just breathing and driving a car, Lando is just immediately thinking about Max the entire race, it feels like.
Yeah,
So,
he is. You're very right.
Max has like the biggest real estate in Lando's head. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put Max in third still. I'm going to hold it out. I do think there's a chance Max gets second place. I think Oscar is way too steady to lose this race. He's just been operating so well.
I
So,
saw something today that I don't even know if it's true, but the McLaren boss said that this problem Lando had obviously was an engine problem, but that it was derived from a problem with the chassis.
hmm. So it wasn't
Which I
power
mean,
unit.
it ultimately was power unit,
Oh.
but something with the chassis was. It's like the Leclerc thing when his chassis broke and he literally
Yeah,
dropped 10 seconds a
yeah.
lap, but Lando's engine just blew up. So I don't really think that's gonna do much. I mean, that can literally be too much downforce, something with the floor, like something gets caught up somewhere, and your engine has to work harder than it would with like less downforce or less issues, right? Because these things are so fine tuned to where if you have more downforce, your engine has to work really hard to get you to top speed because you're producing a lot of drag. If you
Hmm.
don't have much downforce, you can just cook because your engine is more freely working. So whether the balance was off or something like that, it's hard to believe, and you would also be led to believe that they would fix it going into a new race, which is a very different track layout than what we just came from. So, I mean, maybe look for a McLaren problem like that in like Baku, but I don't know. I think they'll stay steady.
Okay. I don't see. Yeah, I mean, if it's a chassis issue, that honestly makes me feel better. That it's just not a looming engine problem that'll eventually strike Oscar as well. So, I'm gonna keep it locked in there. Okay, you need to round out fourth place. Who do you have?
Fourth, Max. Fifth, Lewis.
Sixth,
George Kimmy.
7. Okay,
So eight. I
8.
need 8, 9, and 10. Give me Carlos, Hulkenberg, Albon.
Hulkenberg. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, I think long straights. The boys in blue
Yeah,
do well on the long straights.
they'll be moving.
I'm not giving him fourth. I think fourth place we get Charles. I think he'll be disappointed he just missed out on a podium, but I
Sure.
think he'll be satisfied with the result because at least the car will get him to the finish line. Fifth place, I'm going Carlos Sainz. I think it is
Yeah.
poetic justice that he comes back to Italy, probably feeling sad, probably feeling a little angry, probably feeling a whole bunch of emotions, and I think he's just going to put it down and just actually get a good quality, get a good race, and finish high up in the points. Give him fifth place. Give Alex Albon sixth place, which feels weird because usually Albon just finds a way to be in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to keep that there. Let's do seventh place, Lewis Hamilton in just his favorite spot. Seventh.
Ouch.
Seventh place, Lewis. He just loves seventh. It's just probably the safest bet you can make.
Yeah, probably.
Eighth place, let's do. I don't even have George yet. Let's just say Mercedes has an off week. Let's do 8,
Sure.
9, George Kimmy. 10, let's round it out with Liam Lawson.
Oh,
I,
we
I,
just we just left Hadjar out,
I
which
left
is
out
crazy.
Hadjar. He just got podium. Maybe he has a little slump similar to Kimmy. The track is
Yeah.
very different, as you said. I don't necessarily think the straights will complement that car just based on what I've seen. But
Yeah.
I do have Lawson just in there because why the hell not? Lawson has been pretty damn consistent on getting points. And this was the first time he hasn't been in the points since, I'm checking right now.
It was,
Since, he hasn't been in the points since the British Grand Prix.
and I think that was like he wasn't in there, and he was in 3 before the 2 before that. So
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah,
he's been on a hot streak. Yeah, once again, yeah, you're right because Austria, he was also sixth, and then yeah, he was out there. But yeah, I mean, he racked together a bunch of eighth places. I think he's gonna find his way into the points again. I don't think he's driving bad. Do I think his driving style is good? No, not necessarily. I think he gets a little frustrated too easily and will make erratic moves that
no,
are just stupid
really,
and dangerous. So
no.
hopefully that doesn't happen. I just think he'll probably pull out a good P10 with his teammate Isaac behind him in 11. I think if he keeps the momentum, he secures the spot at the V carb again. With Isaac probably moving up to the, I don't know, maybe it could be the other way around. But I'm pretty sure
I got a
he
I
just
got a good little segment for you here.
shoot.
Give me your pole position guy.
Like for quali?
Yeah, don't care about second, third. I don't care about anything. Give me who you have on pole.
Um, I just have to. I just think Oscar. I think Oscar's been the fastest. Though two people I think of for pole usually now is Oscar or Max.
Yeah, I'm
You?
going Chuck. Chuck
Charles.
LeGreg. He'll
I
get
did think
pole.
that. For a second there, I was like, would it be Charles? But I think I left out both Astons. That's the thing. Like predicting this year versus predicting last year is so much harder
It's way
because
harder.
as soon as you get to fifth place, it basically is just like who freaking knows.
Yeah,
Besides, I know
good point,
Pierre
Josh.
Gasly and Franco are not going to be in there.
Yeah,
But besides that, it's like who knows.
yeah,
So that's why it's been such a good year. But
it's true.
all right, let's see if I can catch back up in this. By the way, disclaimer, if it's extremely laggy in the beginning, my CPU was about to blow up for some reason, and I fixed a bunch of stuff in the very beginning of the podcast. I apologize. The audio should be clear. The video might be a little choppy. That's the first thing to go. Seems to have smoothed out. Trying to work those kinks out. Grant is getting fiber optic finally. So,
Bravo.
and you'll have a cool
We're
office.
moving on here. We're
Cool.
making big money moves.
Yes.
We're investing in the podcast, as they would say.
So,
Indirectly, that is. So
Yeah.
we'll be back on the big PC rig. We'll be loving life here in the next couple weeks.
absolutely. Well, in that case, also wore the Williams shirt today. Had to show people what's up because Albon had a great P5 last
He did.
But all right, well, we will see you guys for the results of the Italian Grand Prix. See who's right, see who's wrong. Please subscribe if you do watch. A lot of people don't subscribe, which is chill. I do the exact same thing when I watch YouTube, but guys, it's different because I want you to subscribe.
Yeah, because it's our channel, actually.
It's just so different.
Subscribe. So
So
subscribe, like, share, do all the things that you're supposed to do that they all tell you to do, but just actually do it for us.
come on, guys. We're trying to be genuine here.
Yeah, come on. I'm trying to retire.
Yeah, come on. We hate our job. I'm kidding. All right. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
See ya.